Title: The Touch of Hope. In a quiet, sterile hospital room, two tiny lives began their fight. Born prematurely, mere weeks before they were supposed to come into the world, Emma and Noah were too fragile to be held or comforted by their parents. Their tiny bodies, no bigger than the palms of their parents' hands, lay in separate incubators, surrounded by the soft hum of machines and the constant beep of monitors. The doctors and nurses worked with swift, precise movements, doing their best to stabilize the twins. Emma, the firstborn, was the stronger of the two. Her breathing was steady, her little chest rising and falling rhythmically. Noah, though, was struggling. His heart rate fluctuated, and his lungs seemed too weak to draw in enough air. His tiny body trembled as if the weight of the world was pressing down on him. The nurses moved quickly, adjusting his incubator, checking his vital signs, but there was only so much they could do. Emma's own incubator hummed softly, a contrast to the growing tension around her brother. The sight of him struggling brought a deep sorrow to her parents, who could only watch helplessly from the side. As hours passed, Emma's strength seemed to grow. The machines showed that her oxygen levels were stable, her body stronger than expected for a preemie. Noah's condition, on the other hand, grew more fragile by the minute. His tiny chest was barely moving now, and the doctors exchanged worried glances. A nurse gently placed a hand on Emma's incubator, trying to soothe the parents with a soft voice, but all they could feel was the ache of helplessness. Then, something miraculous happened. Emma, in her tiny world of warmth and wires, reached out. Her little hand, so small and delicate, began to twitch, slowly stretching out toward the incubator beside her. The movement was almost imperceptible, but her mother, watching from across the room, caught it. It was as though Emma was sensing her brother's pain, sensing his struggle, and instinctively reaching out to him. As if drawn by some unseen force, Emma's hand made its way to Noah's incubator. The nurse, initially unaware of the gesture, was startled when she saw Emma's hand gently resting against the side of the incubator. It was like a whisper of a touch, fragile but filled with warmth. The nurse hesitated for a moment, unsure of what to do, but the look in the parents' eyes urged her to let it be. And then, something miraculous happened. Noah's heart rate steadied, his breathing deepened, and the trembling in his tiny body began to subside. The monitors began to show signs of improvement, slow, steady improvement. His lungs were starting to work more efficiently, his oxygen levels rising. The doctors, who had been preparing for the worst, stood in stunned silence as they watched the readings on the screen. It was as though Emma's touch had sent a ripple of strength through her brother, a silent promise that they were not alone, that they would face this